I can tell you that I am tired. I flew in a couple of days ago from Sydney, Australia, and the first day was fine. Second and third day has been rough, and the nights have been even rougher. So I expect all of you who are local to this area to help energize the rest of us who are floating all over the place. I am going to cut my welcome short so that I can make sure that we get back on track, because while I love Juan, Juan, are you still here? Okay. I love Juan. But Juan is like a DJ that won't stop playing the music. He's got the crowd dancing and he keeps you going. So, I want to welcome you to the 2024 Media Technology Summit. This is going to be one of the most exciting weeks, at least in the last 24 hours. This is the only peer-reviewed conference that is still in existence today for the media technology industry. And I think that is one of the things that makes us extremely special in what we do. We have the opportunity to affect the direction of our industry because we are the science behind the art and science of motion picture, content creation, as well as visual imagery, and don't forget our lovely friends in the area of sound. Now, I've talked about all of these things, and I'm talking about how we are moving forward and how we are looking at change and how we're looking at the fact that as an industry, we have seen a lot of interesting things over the last few years. We saw COVID. We saw a rush to see content creation expand beyond sustainability, to be honest. And now our industry is in a corrective state. So we are seeing that productions are coming back, but they're not coming back at the rate that they were in 2021 and prior to 2020. However, what we are seeing is that they are coming back at the rate of 2017, which is a little bit more of what we should expect. The market and the industry as a whole was saturated. Content coming from everywhere. Content being generated everywhere. And individuals were in the heyday and we were all in the gravy boat together and things were wonderful. COVID showed us that we had to think differently about what we do. Well, SMPTE also has to think differently about what we do. And because of that, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for being present here. If you are not a member, I ask that you consider membership because we need more voices in the room to make sure that we are not leaving any gaps in the way that we look at this industry. And that being said, I want to take a moment to introduce to all of you our new interim executive director, Miss Sally Ann D'Amato. Oh, it's okay to keep clapping because for those of you who don't know, Sally has been with this organization for 23 years. Many of us know her as SMPTE Sally. Those of us who don't know her as SMPTE Sally know her as, hey, I don't know what the OMs say, can you tell me, Sally? She is one of the most gifted leaders that we have had in this organization. She understands our operations from top to bottom, and I am extremely happy that this is her time. So I ask that you continue to support her as we look over this next few days. Stand with her as we continue to move this organization forward. Now, I've talked a little bit about the gloom and doom of what's going on in the industry, but like the Phoenix, we too will rise because people love their content. People love to be able to communicate. And we have an immense amount of power and an immense amount of influence and impact throughout the world. Having that type of power and impact is something that we as an industry should hold very close and understand that it is responsibility that we have to actually put forward. Let us be ethical in the way that we operate. Let us be inclusive in the way that we build our teams. Let us think forward and think about what we are doing, because just because we can does not mean that we should. So be thoughtful as you, the creators and the inventors of what's next, step into your purpose and step into your next products. Be inclusive in the way that you think about how they are going to be used and who's going to use them. And be accepting of different ideas and different flows and different ways of thinking about what we do. With that, I want to thank the committee who has put together this incredible conference. Building a program for a conference such as SMPTE's annual technical conference is not an easy task. So as you see the volunteers around here, shake a hand, buy them a drink, and remember to tip your waiters and waitresses. So with that, I'd like to thank Michael Zink, who is our VP of Education. And he has been a cornerstone of the SMPTE education initiatives over the past 2 years. His continuous support and dedication have greatly impacted all things related to SMPTE education. As he concludes his term at the end of this year, Michael will continue to support our education efforts through areas he is most passionate about, including the journal editorial work and major education initiatives. So let's give Michael Zink a round of applause. Now, you are going to see a theme here, that there are a lot of people with names that start or end with Z. So with that, Z and Z, as they are affectionately known, Mark Zorn and Xandra Clark, along with Michael Zink, have been instrumental to the success of this conference. Mark Zorn has been a dedicated program committee member for several years, playing a crucial role in selecting and reviewing conference content, particularly focusing on security. Where's Juan? Oh, there's Juan. And workflows. For the 2024 conference, Mark steps into the co-chair position and will continue to serve in this role through 2025. His leadership and expertise are definitely invaluable. And also, he is an amazing coin designer if you haven't had the chance to work with him. So let's give Mark a round of applause. And next, to my right, Xandra Clark. And I have, I may show a little bias to Xandra because Xandra and I go way back. All right. Xandra was part of my amazing team at one of the places from which I'm recovering currently. So Xandra has co-chaired both the 2023 and 2024 conference. Her insightful guidance has been a driving force behind the program committee work. Xandra's ongoing support and contributions are deeply appreciative, and we will continue to rely on her expertise to shape the future of our industry. Xandra is one of the most gifted satellite technicians that I've had the opportunity to work with as well. I hope that you have a bit more of FOMO about being in one of these rooms and not being able to be in the other than you've ever had before. With that, thank you all for your support. Thank you for being members of SMPTE. And as I've said, if you're not, I'm expecting to talk to you out in the hallway. I will not bring a paddle, but I may be encouraging for you to join. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Renard. And it's an honor working with you. My name is Mark Zorn. As he mentioned, I am co-chair of this year's conference with Xandra. I am also the chair of SMPTE Hollywood and kind of the host organization for the conference. So I'm very proud to be in front of you today. The part that I enjoy the most is actually thanking all the people that helped to put this on. tremendous work this year. We've changed the format a little bit. We've changed our focus to also be more inclusive of students, which you'll see later in the week. But I really want to take a moment to thank all of the committee members specifically, and I'll call them by name because it's important to acknowledge them. Let's see. Starting out with John Ferder. He's a longstanding contributor, bringing years of experience and grading the submissions and chairing various sessions. Kylie Pena, thorough and detailed in her work, consistently offering valuable insights. Thomas Kernan, renowned for his meticulous attention to detail. Yevgen Kostyukevich, I hope I got that right. A technical expert who delivers thorough and thoughtful reviews, and he's traveled across the world to be here, so I'm grateful for that as well. Jacqueline Pitlars, chair of the board of editors, a fantastic mentor and leader in our community. Juan Reyes, who you saw a little bit earlier, a dedicated reviewer and chair who has contributed many times. And he's also on the board here in Hollywood as one of the managers on the board of managers. Jason Tebow, a valued team member, having served multiple occasions. Dagmar Driesnack, a longtime member, providing excellent guidance and chairing, and she's very, very active in SMPTE, and she's also a SMPTE fellow. Lucky Campbell, a relatively newer member, but already a valuable team member with great insights. And Pierre Rotier, CBC, an expert in HDR. Pierre has been instrumental in reviewing papers and teaching SMPTE HDR classes. And now I will hand it over to Zandra for some of the other thank yous.
Good morning, gang. I hope you guys understand that the curation of this programming conversation started in April at NAB. We took this initiative very seriously. I'd like to offer special thanks to our reviewers. A huge thank you for the SMPTE members and their commitment to reviewing the process. First and foremost, Polly Hickle. She was a key player in the selection process and soon to be the next VP of Education starting in January. We look forward to Polly's continued leadership.